Everyone thought this was just another Kim Kardashian dating rumor, the kind that pops up online for a few days and then disappears. But this time, the reaction inside her own family may be the real story. Over the past few weeks, Kim has been linked to Formula One superstar Lewis Hamilton, and the internet instantly ran with it. Headlines started stacking up, paparazzi showed up everywhere, and suddenly every public appearance turned into a trending topic. But while the public seems excited about the pairing, people close to the situation say not everyone in Kim's world feels the same. And the person getting the most attention right now isn't Kim, and it isn't Lewis either, it's Northwest. The rumors really started gaining momentum after the two of them were spotted together during Super Bowl weekend. Kim didn't just show up quietly like most celebrities do. She appeared in a private suite where Lewis Hamilton was also sitting, and cameras caught them side by side. That was all it took. Within hours, social media exploded with speculation. Fans started replaying clips, zooming into photos, and trying to figure out if this was just coincidence or something more. Not long after that, reports started circulating that the two had also been seen arriving at the same luxury hotel in Paris weeks earlier. The timing seemed too perfect to ignore. Some insiders even hinted that the atmosphere between them didn't feel casual at all, more like two people who already knew each other very well. There were whispers about late-night flights, quiet meetings away from crowds, and the kind of details that make the internet go into full detective mode. But the attention didn't stay on Kim for long. People started noticing something else during recent appearances, especially when North was around. Fans began pointing out that she didn't seem as comfortable as usual when cameras were following her and her mom. In some clips, she looked distracted. In others, she seemed a little tense, like she wasn't enjoying the spotlight the way people expected. A few reports even claimed that she had been keeping a bit of distance lately and spending more time with her father. For most kids, a parent dating again wouldn't be a huge headline. But nothing about this family ever happens quietly. Every change turns into a public event, and every reaction gets analyzed by millions of people online. Growing up in one of the most famous families in the world means normal moments don't stay normal for long. North has spent her entire life with cameras around her, but that doesn't mean she's immune to pressure. Over the past few years alone, she's watched her parents go through a very public split, seen her dad start a new marriage that sparked constant headlines, and dealt with social media talking about her clothes, her personality, and even the way she acts in public. For a 12-year-old, that kind of attention can feel overwhelming, no matter how confident she looks on the outside. People often forget that behind the fashion shows, the interviews, and the viral moments, she's still just a kid trying to understand what's happening around her. And this isn't the first time the family dynamic has changed suddenly. After Kim's divorce from Kanye West was finalized, the spotlight didn't fade the way some people expected. Instead, it shifted. Her relationship with Pete Davidson became one of the biggest stories online for months, with paparazzi following them everywhere. When that ended, rumors started again almost immediately, linking her to different celebrities one after another. At one point, fans were convinced she was seeing Odell Beckham Jr. Then she said in interviews that she wasn't seriously dating anyone and wanted to focus on her kids, her businesses, and her own life. She even talked about wanting a partner who was calm, stable, and grounded, someone who could bring peace instead of chaos. That's why the sudden connection with Lewis Hamilton caught so many people off guard. The internet started wondering if he might be exactly the kind of person she had been describing all along. Once fans started digging into the history between them, things got even more interesting. Kim and Lewis have actually known each other for years. They were seen at the same events as far back as 2014, crossed paths again at fashion shows, and moved in the same circles for a long time. Because of that, some people don't think this relationship started recently at all. They believe the connection may have been there in the background for years and only became public now. There were even old rumors that Lewis had once been close to Kendall Jenner, which made the situation feel awkward to some fans online. As soon as that detail resurfaced, comment sections filled up with theories, jokes, and non-stop speculation about what might really be going on behind the scenes. Inside the family, things may be even more complicated than people realize. Co-parenting between Kim and Kanye has never been simple, and both of them have said in the past that it can be stressful at times. Kim once admitted that one of the hardest parts is staying calm in front of the kids, even when things are happening publicly that hurt her. She talked about moments when she would go into another room just to cry so the children wouldn't see how upset she was. What surprised a lot of people was when she shared that North noticed anyway. According to Kim, her daughter once told her she knew something was wrong and encouraged her to let her feelings out instead of hiding them. Hearing something like that from a child showed just how aware she really is of what's happening around her. In that same conversation, Kim revealed something even more unexpected. She said North once told her she thought her mom might be happier if she had a boyfriend again. At the time, it sounded almost funny, like a kid giving relationship advice. But now that Kim appears to be spending time with someone new, that old moment feels different. Wanting your parent to be happy is one thing. Watching that happiness turn into headlines, paparazzi photos, and nonstop online debate is something else entirely. Every time Kim and Louis are seen together, the story grows bigger, and the spotlight gets brighter. And that spotlight doesn't just land on Kim, it lands on her kids too. One detail that has made fans even more curious is Kanye's reaction, or the lack of one. Usually when something big happens involving the family, people expect him to say something, especially online. But this time, he's been completely silent. No posts, no comments, nothing. For people who follow him closely, that silence feels unusual. Some think he's choosing to stay out of it. Others believe the quiet means something is happening behind the scenes that the public hasn't seen yet. Whenever things go quiet around this family, it usually doesn't stay that way for long. So the question everyone keeps asking right now is whether this situation is really about Lewis Hamilton at all. Maybe North isn't reacting to the relationship itself. Maybe she's reacting to everything that comes with it. The cameras, the headlines, the constant attention, the feeling that every change in her family becomes a topic for the entire world to discuss. Growing up under that kind of pressure would be difficult for anyone, and it makes sense that even small changes can start to feel huge. And that's why this story feels like it's only getting started. What looks like a simple dating rumor on the surface might actually be part of a much bigger situation inside one of the most watched families on the planet. Every appearance, every photo, every small reaction gets turned into another headline, and people are watching closely to see what happens next. Whether this relationship lasts or not, the attention around it isn't going away anytime soon. And if there's one thing history has shown, it's that whenever things seem quiet around this family, that's usually when the real story is just about to begin.